Hello and welcome to the Football Talk Exchange. I'm your host Shubham Thakkar and today we have Yash, Pranay, Atharva and Rohan to commence the Premier League podcast. So we've got a few questions and as per usual a quick fire round at the end. So let's begin. Who in your opinion is the best, the worst, the most underrated and overrated club at your favorite team? Player, sorry. Yeah,
Player.
Player at your favorite team. Okay.
yeah. So I think you guys can decide who
Only
wants
two
to go
favorite
first.
teams here.
Alphabetical. Let's go.
Okay, yeah, fine.
Can you repeat the question
Atharva.
once again?
All right. So, who, in your opinion, is the best, the worst, the most underrated and overrated player at your team? Like four different names.
Okay.
Obviously.
Okay. Yeah. So the best player, obviously, I think Pranay knows what I'm going to say. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang.
Aubameyang, obviously.
Because this season especially, the club hasn't fired that much because of Emery. I think so, but I hope now under Arteta we'll progress. So Aubameyang was and is still the best player for us right now. Then worst player. I would say someone from the
Long list.
defense, obviously, but because the defense has been absolutely shambles this season. I mean, there's no doubt about it. It's difficult to think of the worst because I can't. Okay, so I will say David Luiz under.
Everybody
but
is
under
bad in
Arteta,
Chelsea. He's the worst of them all the time.
Yeah, so under Emery he was worse. Under Arteta he's improving a little bit, but I don't think I don't think we should have bought him, to be honest. I don't know why we bought him.
Yeah.
Should have stayed at Chelsea so that Chelsea would have fallen at least.
No,
So,
but actually,
under-
I disagree though because David Luiz connects our defense much better than Socrates or Mustafi ever could. Like at least he communicates, raises them forward, keepers calls, gets calls to the keepers. But that
Yeah,
didn't
so
happen for David Luiz.
under
So in a way, he
Emery
also
it was not
growing.
happening. This started happening under Arteta. So I would agree with any other player you say because Arsenal has been not at par this season as a whole. So the underrated player I would say Bukayo Saka. Obviously he's very underrated. People at Manchester United, for example, start slaying him and saying that Greenwood is better and all that shit. But I think
Greenwood is compared to Martinelli.
Martinelli, yeah,
Saka is
exactly.
compared to Dan James.
yeah,
And
probably.
he's better
But
than that.
he's obviously better than many young players out there, and he's one to watch in the coming years, I would say. Most overrated, I think Lacazette maybe, but I don't know. I like him a lot. I like Lacazette a lot, but considering what he's done this season, it's not his best. So maybe he's overrated. I think so. Pranay, will you please take over? I'm not really
Well,
good.
underrated, I don't think Saka because everyone recognizes him as a good player.
Yeah.
Like he's not underrated. He's getting properly rated this year. For underrated, I think it's Guendouzi because our midfield is bad, but without him,
Yeah,
it could be
true.
so much more worse. Like he does bits when he's in the midfield. He gives long balls, makes plays, and he's so aggressive that it actually puts like a team-like spirit in the game. And for overrated, yeah, I agree. Like I said, he's a good striker, but he's the most inconsistent player we have. He'll either put it in the top corner or in the top row of the stadium. There's no in between.
True.
All right. Rohan, your thoughts?
Yeah, for me the best player has to be Bruno. I would say Pogba, but it's been a long time since we saw him play. So for now, looking at the recent performance, obviously it has to be Bruno. The way he has been performing, his consistency, form is amazing. The worst player, I think it has to be Jesse Lingard. But
All right, yeah.
I do like him. Like
He hasn't been
if
given enough
he,
games. He hasn't been given enough games to show a form. Like he played 3 or 4
yeah,
games.
that's what.
Exactly.
Because I don't
He
have any
hasn't
other
played
name.
enough this
He's a
year,
good
yeah.
player. He just needs to write his.
Yeah, he's a good
His
player.
attitude is
Like,
not that good
obviously,
as
no one's arguing
for a
with that.
professional football player.
But if you take for the entire season, who would you select instead of Bruno? Because he played 4 games.
Sorry.
True.
If you take the entire season in context, and not just the last few games, who would it be? Because Bruno's just joined, and there's not a lot he could have
It has
done
to be
bad or done
Rashford
that
though,
good. In,
because
Exactly,
Rashford
exactly.
has
oh
Rashford.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Rashford has to
Rashford was
be
about to be.
not only Rashford, even
Yeah.
Aaron Wan-Bissaka. He's extremely good. He's
Oh yeah.
like his performances against City, the way he kept Sterling, it was amazing. Okay, just to watch him, it was really amazing. The way he didn't even the Sterling at the end was so scared that he didn't even go forward towards him. He used to either pass it or go behind. He was so scared of Wan-Bissaka at the end. So looking at their performance, I was like, it was amazing. And underrated, I would say, is Luke Shaw, because Luke Shaw is an amazing defender, but
Yeah.
I don't know why he's not given that much credit. But he's very good. He's good going forward. He's good defensively as well. And what else? What was the other category?
The worst
Best
player.
Best,
was
worst, underrated, overrated.
overrated. Who's overrated?
Yeah.
I feel
Maguire.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's my, I know
People
he's a good
consider
player, but
probably
it's my
Denzel
people
personal
consider
Ward.
choice.
Dyer as a top five. People still
No.
consider Dyer as a top
I'm
five, and
little
he has
partial
done the
towards
most
Daya.
mistakes this season.
See, the point with Daya is that okay, this season or the past 2 seasons he's not been performing that well. I think this season from the World Cup he's not performing that well, but the
Ever
amount
since
he has
Ronaldo just
contributed
absolutely
towards the
destroyed
club
him.
over all these years, I
True.
don't feel like criticizing him. Like he has done so much for the team, and there was actually no strong team that the recent years under Mourinho and all when the team was suffering. Daya was the one who kept us alive in the game, so I don't feel like criticizing him. And apart from that, even Maguire I think is a good addition to the defense. He's very good. I mean, even Bay is good, even Lindelof is good, but Maguire is the captain, he's a leader of men, so that's good. And for me personally, I know he's a good player, but I don't, he's not that very. If you've seen him playing now, it's not enjoyable to watch him play. So I feel Anthony Martial is a little overrated because I just don't like seeing him playing. Like he's not very attentive in the game. He's not very, his work rate is
I've
not that high.
never heard a Man U fan say Martial is overrated. It's all like
I
every
don't know.
time people
It's
like
just my
Martial is the
like.
greatest player of
See,
all
I have a
time.
very
It's like,
high level of
like
this thing. Like I just
So I
don't know.
think
Whenever I see Martial, the way he, like if you see players like Fred, you see players like McTominay, you see players like Rashford. When they lose the ball, they run for it. They press the player. But Martial is like if he loses the ball, he just leaves it there. He doesn't press the player high enough. He's like if he gets a
yeah,
chance, out of 5 chances he might score one, or out of 10 chances he might score two. But if you see Rashford in the other end, out of 5 chances he might score four, he might score three. That's why I find Martial a little bit overrated. Even Dan James, but I'm even a little partial towards Dan James.
oh
So
God,
go.
yeah,
So I'll
so
go.
United mein na problem. What is the problem is that there are many players who don't get enough game time because of their injuries or because of the some other reasons. So that is why it's very difficult to actually say who is actually underrated. Because if you see the games of Eric Bailly, if you see Brandon Williams, if you see what's his name, Tuanzebe, they are very amazing defenders, very amazing players, but they are not been given many chance because half of them are injured. Eric Bailly was injured for a long time. Brandon Williams is giving chance. Ole is this way. I think Brandon Williams has a good relation with Ole because he's giving a lot of chance. He started for against City. He's a very good defender. So that's the thing in United.
All right.
I
Interesting
like Tahith
comments from
Chong, but
Rohan
I feel
about
like he'll be
Martial
given
and
like less
Rashford.
minutes for Pogba and Bruno.
Sorry.
Sorry?
Pranay, we couldn't hear you.
I was saying that I think Tahith Chong is underrated, but now he'll get even less minutes because of
Yeah,
Pogba and
see,
Bruno
that's what,
both
right?
coming
There
back.
are many
Yeah,
players in
that's why
United.
everyone.
The
No.
youngsters in
Actually,
United.
it could be reverse because see, there's 5 substitutions.
Yeah.
Secondly,
Exactly.
there's going to be
Yeah.
Europa, Prem, and I think FA Cup also.
FA Cup.
So, right.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
as in,
FA Cup is there. Yeah.
there is a possibility of the youngsters getting a chance. And frankly, the youngsters have always played in United only because these guys have been injured.
Yeah.
Like you see
Yeah.
McTominay
Yeah.
or like the match against PSG. The match ended with 5 teenagers. So you just see the amount of people either, I don't know how they get injured so much, but well, yeah.
All right.
Dembele got injured while during his injury. He got injured again
Oh,
during his
Dembele
injury.
is
So I
a
don't get
different
what do you
case.
do in your injury that you get injured again?
I don't know. I'm too harsh, but I don't think he's deserved to play professional football. Okay, his attitude towards, he's as if now he's
he was
in
actually
Barca, nothing can stop him. The way he attends the training late, the way he is performing, like I don't remember when I saw him playing
yeah,
last.
exactly.
I
Like
saw him playing good.
In Borussia, he played good. He acted good. He barely got injured. And in Barcelona, his entire
Yeah,
life
Yeah, I
shifted.
mean,
I don't know
after
think
what
the
happened to
dream
him.
move,
It's
Exactly.
that bad.
what is he thinking is that he's replacing Neymar. So he thinks that now after Messi, it's Dembele who is going to be the poster boy of Barca, and that has gone into his head, I think, which is why he's becoming so overconfident or so casual in his attitude. But now I think he should buckle up because even Griezmann's here. They're talking about Neymar. Barca is
Do you
it's a
think
kind
they
of
should
messed up
sell
right now.
Dembele?
Sorry.
Do you
let's
think
not
they
deviate
should
from the
try and
topic.
sell Dembele?
Let's stick to the Prem for
Hey
now.
man, that's what podcasts are about. All
Okay,
right.
let's stick to the Prem. It's a long discussion.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll
Yeah,
pass
sure.
it
No,
on to Yash
Shubham.
Yeah.
for the
So
first question.
best player has to be Rashford, on and off the pitch both, because what he's doing for the people who are not getting their meals and everything and all of that is just super. And his numbers have been very good. Frankly, I thought when the season didn't stop and he got injured, I was like, he was a good contender for the Golden Boot. Obviously, he's not leading, but I was like, okay, now it's gone. But with this, it's an outside chance for him. If he just strikes gold and just keeps scoring, could end up somewhere close. I don't think he'll win it, but yeah. So worst, I think I'm being too harsh, but according to his form and what he should be, it is De Gea. He's made bad blunders. He's made bad blunders. The Crystal Palace, when United equalized, they got one chance near post. He's beaten. Watford, he let the ball in. Then
I think even Everton, the first goal.
Yeah, exactly. He hit the striker. The striker ricocheted off into the goal. So it's not been De Gea. According to the level he is, it's not been good. Underrated. Now, me being a defender, I love Brandon Williams. He's just, and he actually, he gives United an option. Because if once the United was up against City 2-0 at the last derby that happened, and at the end, obviously United will defend. So he just took off an attacker and he just put Brandon back and made it a back five instead of back four. So it's a good option to have as a winger left back. So Luke Shaw can move around. Once I think even played left mid or something. So that's
he does play as the left wing back, Brandon Williams.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
He's a very versatile player actually.
Yeah, that's very true. He is. Overrated, according to me, is Maguire. I am just not convinced with the way he plays. And yeah, meaning he's good and everything, but I just see the way he plays and everything, and it's like everyone else around him has to function for him to play well. Like it's not like if it's him one-on-one, you'll see him getting nutmegged, you'll see him getting moved around, and only if Van Bissaka gives him enough cover or Lindelof gives him enough cover, he plays well. Otherwise, he's very flat-footed, and I don't consider him to be he's a good signing. As a captain, he might be very good and he might be helping out. But as a defender, one-on-one, if he's left, is last man, I don't think he's very convincing.
Yeah, true.
Especially for his 80 million price tag.
Yeah, and that also
not
that
exactly
adds to
what the
that
price tag.
He's not cost the same as Van Dijk was.
But we need to understand actually that was it was a pressure situation. It was we anyhow needed a defender, someone, and then Leicester took advantage of that. He put the price tag, and United just wanted that defender, and so
it's
Maguire.
United. We spend.
Yeah, but if they were in the first place willing to shell out,
we don't pay an Amazon vouchers.
Bought someone better.
At least we don't sign Pepe for 72.
Yeah. Pepe is good. Okay,
Right.
He's improving.
All right, fair enough. He's improving. He's definitely going to be a great player next season.
He's a good player.
He
just needs more time. I hope so. But
he needs time to adjust because the League One is by far the worst league out of the top five, and he used to be pretty good at League One, and the level of football,
Yeah.
the speed of football is so much more different in the Premier League. I don't blame him
True.
for taking time
Agreed.
to adjust.
That is true.
Alright, so
Everyone's not Bruno, right?
Okay.
moving on to our next question. Like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, his career as a manager, especially at United, it's been very debatable. Similarly with Emery at Arsenal. So right now, are you happy with the managers you've got? To the Arsenal fans and to the United ones as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, pretty much.
100%. Like Arteta was the one we wanted even before Emery. Like when we were deciding who to sign as the new manager, most of us wanted Arteta. He's learning under Pep Guardiola. He learned under Arsene Wenger. So like you would expect him to be good. Plus, obviously, the Arsenal mentality is in him. And Emery, honestly, he did nothing at PSG. He won a league which they would have won even without a manager at all. And he never managed a Champions League victory. And the only respectable thing he has is winning the Europa with Sevilla. And he couldn't
Yeah.
even do that with us. So he's been
Yeah.
bad. And under Arteta,
And
obviously,
Emery had a
that's
language
easy.
barrier
That's an
too.
easy decision.
Emery had a language barrier too.
Yeah.
Good evening.
Yeah.
Good evening.
Arteta is
So
definitely an
that's fine. I
improvement.
don't blame him for the language barrier, but like he was just bad.
Atharva, would you want to continue from where Pranay left off?
Yeah, I was. Did you guys hear me? I started saying something and my network kind of
Alright.
went.
No, we didn't hear.
Yeah.
So, Arteta is definitely an improvement from Emery. Firstly, the language barrier problem is solved because Emery couldn't communicate with his players as he wanted to, and like the players were really not understanding his style of play. And then Arteta, like Pranay said, he was at Arsenal. He worked under Wenger, and as a player too, he was more. He like played an important role in managing the players along with Wenger too. So like that's where his actual career like just began improving. And then obviously under Pep, he got the tactics of a really good manager. So I think Arsenal are in good hands now.
Rohan, are you happy with how Solskjaer
Yeah.
has been?
Yeah, I think this is what we need actually. We needed a rebuild, we needed a new team, we needed a strong team, and Ole has given us that. And I hopeful he continues this good work. He makes more transfers, he improves the team. So I hope in a few seasons we'll be contending for the title, not for the top four. I really hope that because the form United has been right now,
All
it's amazing.
right.
I really hope.
Yeah, I just hope that Arteta has the same amount of financial backing that Ole got from Manchester United,
Yeah.
because
True.
that's how you rebuild teams with money.
When,
They spent
True.
money as much as they could to buy good players, and we
It's
are
not.
paying
I
for
mean,
Pepe in
okay.
like what installment, 25 million a year or something. That's
Yeah.
dope. Like, come on, even Newcastle is bought now. Even Sunderland will pay for like an installment. That's just sad.
Financially, it is difficult, but let's see what happens. I hope.
Even though we are one of the richest owners in all of world football.
but apparently your club or the owners reported a loss, like a 50 million something loss for the last financial year, from what I've read.
He's a billionaire, man. 50 million is not a big deal for him. But I don't know. He's one of the richest guys that own clubs. Like if you search it up, I don't know the exact stats, but he's like at least in the Premier League, he's like in the top 5 richest.
Maybe.
I'm not so sure, but yeah.
I think because
If
he has
you
a
have
lot of
that amount
other.
of that sort of money,
I think he has a lot of
he
other
owns
businesses
different
too. So
clubs in other leagues,
Yeah.
different sports.
Yeah.
yeah,
So, and they're all suffering. If I'm right, I don't know.
I'm not sure. I didn't look into it, but
I mean, it's similar
he's
to our
not
owners.
really.
Their baseball team is suffering as well, like the Glazers. Baseball or rugby, like one of those teams.
Yash, what do you think about Ole?
Ole, one thing Ole has been lucky about is he knows Sir Alex Ferguson. Frankly, and uh, it's not exactly right, but United still is kind of run by Alex Ferguson. If he does say something, it will work out that way, which is actually very good because although United might not finish well this year, now although with City's ban, fifth place could be Champions League, so that's good, but that's not decided on yet. But otherwise, if you see, yes, you need a team that will stay. Not like you see now Igalo, he might go back. So okay, you need a striker after Rashford. You need another one, and he's building that. You need to have players together. You need them playing, and firstly, you don't need them injured because Jose and Van Gaal both had injury problems majorly. And after Van Gaal's sidewards passing and Jose's parked the bus, Ole is better any day.
But
Any day. Meaning,
I think he's been too defensive in some of the games. Like if
But I've heard a lot of people say that.
Yeah, Pranay, go on.
Go on, go on.
Okay. So yeah, the one game that comes to mind is the Rochdale game at home in the EFL Cup. Like even against Rochdale, he went with a 4-2-3-1 and did not rotate his squad. So I was quite frustrated with that in a way. But like you at home against a League 2 or League 1 team, you would expect to go all out attack, three at the back, similar to what he did against the in the FA Cup. Like what team was that? When Lingard finally managed to score a goal after a year.
Tranmere, right? I think it was Tranmere Rovers.
Tranmere Rovers,
Tranmere, yeah.
Even Maguire scored.
What a goal!
Yeah. What was? Yeah, he was celebrating like he scored against Barcelona or something. My God. But like I've heard Rooney or someone say that actually if Man U was still under Louis Van Gaal, they would have grown a lot because they liked this style of play and because he had a project in mind, but he didn't get the opportunity. That was probably Rooney who said that.
Yeah, Rooney said that a lot of times because Jose was always parked the bus. Jose, like Pep, he'll play out of the back. He has that style. Van Gaal also had the possession and everything. It was just that you couldn't get the finisher. Like Van Gaal had Falcao and Di Maria. Di Maria never worked.
Di Maria and Martial.
Exactly.
I think he got injured.
Martial was at the end, but he came in the January transfer at the end. So he didn't have strikers who played well. He set up the defense. He did all the work. I remember seeing matches where United just attacking, and never scoring. Now, okay, that happens. But yes, tactically he was very sound. So for maybe if Rooney, otherwise in his mind and everything, if he's a very tactical player, he'll obviously like him.
If you think.
Yeah, continue.
So if you think he had the modern players like Rashford and your current strikers like Greenwood and all performing at the level at Louis Van Gaal style, that he would have still been here and you would have been contenders or something?
I would agree with that.
I would, yeah. And if he had to do a bit better because I remember that year was again Champions League qualification and United lost that game to West Ham at the end, which they were winning, and it was the last game before West Ham changed the stadium to the London Stadium, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
So
something like that.
And it was a mess up.
Stadium,
It was a mess up. They were losing, then they were leading, and then they again lost. And it was just not convincing. You can have possession like Pep does, but you also need to have end result.
I think it was very similar to what Kike Setien is without Messi in his team. Lots of possession, minimal penetration.
That's true.
So my next question for you all is, do you think that Premier League clubs should abstain from playing the EFL Cup? Like one of the player bodies, or I think UEFA suggested that Premier League clubs, like there's too much workload and teams should not really be playing the EFL Cup. So what are your thoughts on that?
Then what will Arsenal win?
You mean EFL Cup in general or this season? Because this season I think EFL Cup is on the last.
No, general.
EFL Cup खत्म हो गया रे, जीत गया City.
City जीत गया, हाँ.
EFL
Cup, I think there is a lot of workload for PL clubs and all, but it is also a good opportunity for the youngsters, for the the reserves player for the academy players to get a tryout in the EFL Cup. The cup is not very important for the clubs. I mean, there is not much competition ki हाँ जीतना ही है मेरे को ये cup ऐसा. So the youngsters, the academy
And the
players
thing
can give
about
it.
this is people.
क्या?
And the thing is, people keep. Hello.
We can't hear you well, Pranay.
Yeah, so Rohan, you were saying something.
Pranay was saying something. Right? He asked something.
Okay.
Pranay?
Yeah, like what I was saying was ki EFL Cup is not like it just started existing and people are complaining it's too many competitions. No, it's been here for a while. And if players before you could do it easily and so without, saying it's too much workload, like Jurgen Klopp was saying EFL Cup is extra, it's too much work. You can't say that because everyone has done it before you, so you have to live with it. And second, it's just more silverware. You can't complain about having more silverware. If clubs like Spurs, for example, win an EFL Cup, that would be mind-blowing. Like they want something after a while, right? So I don't think like they should abstain from playing. I think they should just live with it. At the end of the day, you could manage like a quadruple like Man City did or something. So yeah.
I agree.
It's not just about the PL clubs, even the lower tier clubs, even the lower clubs in the PL who don't stand a chance of winning the PL or don't even stand a chance of winning the I mean they can of course, but this is like a good competition where they can add a silverware to their cabinet, and it's a good and it's like a challenge for the managers, for the players, like how to. You need to build your squad accordingly. Have that enough squad depth that in case that you need to rotate your squad well, you have 4 to 5 competitions in the season. So it's like a good challenge for the managers as well. And more trophies are good. No one can complain about winning trophies, right?
Yeah, totally agree. And the schedules are also not so like. I mean, if they can be more spaced out, then all like, it will be perfect. But like presently, also I have no problem.
No, and
I think
more than anything, actually, even every round that you win, you get a certain amount of money, like for qualifying for the next round. So for a small team,
true.
because most of the bigger teams put their second squad into their place. So there is an outside chance for them to win. It's an upset, but it happens very often. So I mean, there is a possibility, and the money is good. Obviously, you might not end up winning. It's very difficult.
But
I think it was 2013 when Wigan won the FA Cup against Man City. Now that is that's Wigan winning a league. Okay, that's one off. But it is good amount of money that they get, and it's nice.
Yeah, for the smaller clubs where they don't have a lot of funds to back them, to build a good team to come into the PL, these small little funds, these extra funds can be very helpful for them. And like, this is a small step for becoming a first-tier club in the PL.
Yeah. And I mean, nothing is predictable in the English football. I mean,
True.
Leicester winning the PL, who predicted that? I mean,
1 out of 1,000.
So
1 out of 5,000 was the bet.
But they had a good team, okay? It was not like they didn't have a good team.
Yeah.
They had a very well-balanced team, but
no one knew about them,
nobody knew about them then. Mahrez, Kante, they had a very good team.
That's true.
And I think the reason why Klopp was complaining about the ESL Cup was because I think it clashed with the Club World Cup fixture. They had a match on the same day, and they had to put in their under 19 teams. Yeah, so I think that is why Klopp was complaining. But these are two different competitions, and
didn't Pep also complain about the EFL Cup, or did he?
Sorry,
Did Pep Guardiola?
No, Pep.
Did Pep Guardiola complain about it?
No, I mean he's been winning the EFL Cup for 3 seasons.
Yeah, I don't think he cares.
Exactly. He's been winning it.
Yeah, he's winning it like it's okay. It's okay. It's like a friendly tournament. He's winning it. It's like a constant cup which Pep has been winning. I don't think it matters for him. Like he puts whichever teams he put, the team wins and come. Like Zinchenko was playing. Phil Foden is very good actually.
Their squad depth is insane.
I don't remember, but someone said that even if the second team of City played, that they had a good chance of contending for the top 4. I don't remember who said this.
Jose. No, it was top 3 English teams. and it was City,
Yeah, it was Man
Liverpool,
City,
and City
Liverpool, and Man
sucks.
City.
Man
3.
City
Yeah.
second team. Yeah.
So yeah, so
Peak Jose.
that's the thing money can buy. Like, yeah. So I don't think they should scrap the tournament off. It's a good
Yeah,
thing.
We all
Like
agree on this.
and
there
Okay.
are
it's
a lot
about
of
match days.
pros than there are cons.
Right. So now we'll move on
We
to our
get
next question.
entertained.
Now we'll move on to our next question. Outside the conventional Big Six, which includes both Manchester clubs, Liverpool, Chelsea, Tottenham, and Arsenal. Yeah. Did I forget anyone?
Okay.
Huh. So outside the
Okay.
conventional
No,
top
no.
six, Big
Okay,
Six,
okay, okay.
which is the biggest team in the English Premier League?
Yeah,
Leicester?
I really wanted. That's why I asked you that how many questions left, because I really wanted to discuss about this. That there are three clubs actually this season who have, surprised all of us. I think it has to be Leicester, Wolves, and Sheffield. The
Sheffield.
three,
Yeah.
the three clubs, especially Sheffield. Okay, Sheffield.
Hmm.
I mean,
Sheffield
Wolves
got
have been
promoted.
performing for the
Yeah.
2 seasons, but Sheffield has been so amazing, and the players, even the keeper. Okay, not just because
Dean
he's a
Henderson is just too
United
good. Yeah,
loanee,
he's
but
very good.
Yes.
he's very good. And
Amazing.
I think he's a perfect replacement for Daya come in the near future. The way he's been playing, it's amazing. Okay, and not even him, the whole team has been playing amazing. Sheffield has given us a lot of upsets. Even Wolves. Okay, Wolves have been
Hmm.
for 2-3 seasons very well, and I feel they're very underrated because they have been challenging for the top four, and the teams have to be scared
Hmm.
of them because they have put on us put on show many upsets. They have upsetted many teams. City, they have put a double over City, which United just could do it this season after so many decades. So yeah, these are the top. The three teams which I felt apart from the top six
Yeah,
are the biggest threat.
that
Yeah.
is true. That is true. And even
I agree. I agree.
even Hasenhüttl, Southampton is not doing very good, but Hasenhüttl has a very good approach, with Leipzig too. Leipzig got promoted and second in the Bundesliga. So
Hmm.
he has a good style of play. He just needs, it to come together. And when it comes to Wolves, they're a tactical team who will just sit and just bore you out and then win the match.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But they do it.
true.
The,
They
the
get
thing is every team goes into the match thinking, okay, that's how Wolves are going to play, but they still you can't go through the defenders. You just can't. In some way or
they
the other
get
they'll score.
yeah.
And
They get 3 chances or 2 chances, but they make sure when they get their chance, they score it. And once they score it, I don't think you're not going to find any way to
Through the defense.
Yeah.
get through the defense, get through the midfield. They're going to play the
I
ball.
feel
They're
like
going to play you. Yeah, Pranay.
I feel like one team which is always going to be out, but always going to be in the next three is going to be Everton. Like like forever. That's just how like people call it the sleeping giant because it's won
Yeah.
competitions in the past era, and I feel like it's never going to wake up because just look at this state. They're always going to be tonight, no matter what happens. Even if Arsenal fall off, Tottenham fall off, Everton will be behind them for some reason. I don't know
But
why.
I'm
I just think that's
really excited with Everton because of the new manager. Okay, because the manager, I've heard a lot about him, and he's planning to, sort of rebuild the team. But
Ancelotti. Yeah, obviously
yeah,
Ancelotti is
he's a
great.
very
Ancelotti,
good
no?
manager, Ancelotti. Carlos Ancelotti, if I'm not wrong, I don't know his first name, but
Carlo
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
thought
Ancelotti, yeah.
Carlos
Carlo.
Ancelotti. Yeah,
Yeah,
He's
same
a
here.
yeah,
legend.
he's a legend.
He's a
So
huge guy.
that
He's
is
a
why
huge guy.
that is why I'm very excited about him, and he has a lot of influence among players. So I don't know the players who are ending their contracts, the players who want to move their club. He might as well convince them to join. I have heard a lot of rumors about it, but yeah, even
Yeah,
I
but
don't
at
see
the end of
Everton.
the day, no matter
Yeah,
who
yeah,
you get
true.
on the managerial bench, you're going to have Calvert Lewin at the front and Yerry Mina at
Richarlison.
the back, and like they are unable to get their shit. Like Yerry
Agreed,
Mina is
agreed.
doing as best
Because
as he
yeah, even
can,
I
but
feel
the other
however good the team is, I don't know what happened to Everton. What the hell is wrong with them? But I think they have lost it. Okay, like
they will
they lost
defeat
the place,
the
they
top
lost the
six teams.
foundation which they had.
Like against Liverpool, they would perform like they are the best team in the world. They barely lose. Even if they do, it's like 1-0 or 0 all play, like extra time where someone will score. Or maybe against like Man U, Arsenal, they would give
That's
a
the
competition
adrenaline
like
effect
they
what
are
we think.
one of the best teams in England. But against the smaller teams, they just fall apart defensively, like 3-0, 4-0. They just lose
Hmm.
so bad. I don't know
True.
what's wrong with their planning.
I think with
Like, for
Everton,
example, the match against Newcastle, they were up 2-0
Oh yeah, that
And in
90
the
plus.
90th
Oh
plus
boy.
2 minutes, it was 2-1 and 2-all. How do you do that? How do you do that?
I mean, that's how we won the treble. Like 2 goals in the stoppage time.
That's
Yeah, but
true.
that was the final minute of the stoppage time. You could have just thrown it back to your keeper and nothing.
Hmm.
You still gave a corner and they scored a bicycle. Like, come on.
And so, like, Atharva, would you want to answer this question or can move on to the next question?
Yeah, I agree with the three teams you once said, like Sheffield, Wolves, and Leicester. They're just storming the Premier League.
Hmm.
Like, I think Wolves and Sheffield both have replaced Arsenal and Tottenham in the season. So, like, there's no doubt about it.
I really feel
But
sorry for Tottenham because I mean I
You
think
know,
that Mourinho is actually a good fit for the club because of his tactics. I think the
I
park the
think
bus.
he's not a good fit. I think he's anything
See,
but the good fit because the Tottenham has
Tottenham.
always been bred as an attacking team.
yeah, exactly. You know, you press, and this guy just sits
Pochettino
back.
was always a full press team, which was always like get to the forward. You will go on the forward, get a corner or something and score. Harry Kane just absolutely he just stood in like the opposition's way all the time. He didn't make runs or anything. And with Mourinho, the opposite has happened, which is why I think they're struggling to keep up with his defense.
But I also think that the injury problems Mourinho has. Okay, like he doesn't have a playing 11 right
But then
now.
again, he likes older
First
players.
team.
So you
Of course,
can't
that is
really.
see Mourinho is being Mourinho. Okay, we cannot do anything about that. But the proper playing 11, which actually Tottenham had, they don't have it now, and they're struggling because of that. They don't have a good squad there, and Mourinho is not able to use his backup players as the proper first team players. Like how you should change the tactics, right? If you don't have your first team players, you need to do something, change your tactics, and at least don't lose so badly. Okay, like now they are in a very bad position. I really doubt they'll be finishing in top 5, top 6, top 7.
Not
I
this
still
year.
have hopes for
Not this
Arsenal, but Spurs, I think they have the season has
Wait,
gone
thanks,
downhill
Rohan.
since
Arsenal is
Pochettino
playing.
left.
Arsenal is playing City first game.
Yeah,
You're
I
still
mean the
hoping.
entire morale for the
I'm
post-lockdown
really excited for that game.
Premier League is gone. We're gonna lose 4-0 or 3-0 best. The best case scenario for us 3-0. And after that, no matter what happens, our morale is going to be so messed up
Exactly.
that
First
our
match shouldn't
ninth
be
is
like that.
Yeah.
yeah man.
But the
but
coming week
like,
actually very interesting. The matches
yeah, because
City
I think Man
City
City have got a
Arsenal.
very interesting run of fixtures. They got Arsenal, then a weaker team, then I think Chelsea and Liverpool in successive game weeks.
Yeah, the fixtures are going to get very exciting. The PL fixtures
Yeah,
because
because
I'm
the time, like, it's condensed now, this
Yeah.
schedule. And also, I think Arsenal have a good chance again. Not winning, but at least drawing. Because Arteta, in the end, he was with Pep for 3 years. So he knows what he's
That's
doing.
what we said the last game, and we got absolutely destroyed.
No,
De
no, no.
Bruyne
See,
tore through us like we didn't exist.
Arteta was with Pep's team.
Yeah,
Now he's with Arsenal with Arsenal's team. So that's
Exactly.
the basic difference.
let's
see,
see,
and
man.
just
It's
being the Pep, I mean, even if you apply his tactics, apply his the form of playing. I mean, Pep is Pep. Okay, he's not a one tactic man. Uh, he might have 100 things in his mind, and he will find a counter for what you have. Okay, he's that
yeah,
good of a manager. I
that is
think
true. That is true.
if Jurgen Klopp wouldn't have been there in Liverpool, I think City would have been dominating this season as well. But you need to give
Yeah.
credit to Jurgen Klopp also the way he has rebuilt
Guess who defeated
Liverpool.
them twice?
I remember the funny part is okay. During the second match against City, one of the reporters asked Pep during the pre-game interview that City are going, United are going a full on defense, five attack, 4 attacks. Pep says that we don't mind whatever defense it is. Yeah, whether 5 attack or 4 attack, we will
Yeah.
penetrate the defense and we will score and we will win. And it was funny to see that they couldn't do that because, but
They
yeah,
couldn't
we don't
get
give
past
credit.
Van Bissaka.
No, United are a
Oh my
different team
God.
when they play City, I think.
I
Yeah,
agree. I
exactly.
agree.
No, we're a different team when
Arsenal,
we play
though,
City
I mean,
and
I
Chelsea.
remember last
Yeah,
match being
against Chelsea,
2-0.
yeah.
Against Arsenal, you guys fall apart. In this whole, you haven't beaten us for like.
No. I think that was the first game Arteta had it was just like the
Yeah.
okay, new boss and new player, and
No, it wasn't
I
the first
remember
game.
that
No, no,
Players were like energetic and all that.
it wasn't the first game.
It was. I
But
think.
yeah, no, no, no.
It-
But even the match before that, when we had Emery, we had drawn the game. We didn't lose.
Yeah.
yeah,
We haven't lost against you for like this season. And what happened to last season? I don't remember exactly. But I don't
I think
think we
we
lost.
Jesse
It
Lingard
feels
was
like a lot of
dancing
times.
at
Yeah,
the
Jesse
Emirates last
Lingard,
season.
Millie Rock at the Emirates.
Was that last year or last to last year?
last year.
I think last year. I think.
Yeah, even
18-19. Yeah.
So let's move on to our next question. Which player is the best player outside the Big Six again? If you could sign that player, who would
Vardy.
it be? Vardy, okay.
Best player.
Even at that age, okay. It's interesting. Rohan?
Yeah.
He's the
He's
leader
been
in the Golden Boot
in
I
race.
have
top form
I have
this
more
season.
than one player actually.
Actually, it's
there
very
is-
difficult to pinpoint one player.
There is Dean
Yeah, there are a
Henderson,
lot.
obviously. Then
Dean
there is
Henderson is amazing.
Ruben Neves. Then there is Nathan Ake. Then
Oh yeah. I would spend like 80 million if I could on Nathan Ake, man. That guy is
he's
a
very good.
future beast.
He's a. I don't know why he hasn't been picked up by any big club till now because real
Because
finding.
the
I mean,
money constraints, like Bournemouth would not sell Nathan Ake for 80 million now because Maguire went for 80. He's a better player than Maguire is, and if Maguire is going for that price, he's going for a lot more, which is why people are
Yeah.
hesitant to buy him.
and it's
No,
very
no,
unfortunate he's from
Newcastle will buy
Netherlands.
them now.
Okay, because Newcastle
Yeah,
can buy them. I'm very
Ask
excited
me
to
to
see
Mbappe.
if like, the deal goes through and what will be the team of Newcastle. But I hope it is not too one-sided, okay, because it will become boring then for the PL. Like the way City
That
dominated
is
in the 2
exactly what
years. Like,
Manchester City did. Like I think their
Yeah.
journey is going to be exactly
same
the
thing.
same as Manchester City.
But then there's always going to be a Jurgen Klopp. And
Arteta
it is
in a
very
few
bad
years.
for
That's what
Nathan.
you mean.
Yes. That's the spirit.
But it's very unfortunate for Nathan, like because he belongs to Netherlands, okay, and it's very difficult replacing De Ligt and
Dillard
Van
and
Dijk.
Van Dijk.
So
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
it's difficult getting caps for. It's same thing for Ter Stegen in Germany. Like they both are extremely deserving, extremely
Yeah.
talented, extremely good, but there are better players maybe.
Right backs for England.
I think you missed James
right backs for-
Maddison.
James Madison. Oh yes,
James Maddison,
James
obviously,
Madison.
yes.
So good. Oh, talking
He's
about
so good.
centre mid,
He's-
Jack Grealish.
Exactly, I said Jack.
Jack Grealish. Oh
Yeah.
yes,
Jack
he's been a
Jack
grand
Grealish
target
is
for a
on the
long time.
rounds for a long time.
Like right now, I guess the debate in centre mid is Madison or Grealish. Who would you rather have in your team? And
Yeah.
like, a lot of people just split.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think Grealish is the much better
But even
player.
Manchester United wanted to sign someone, right?
There's
sorry.
every player probably.
Manchester United wanted to sign Grealish or Madison. either
Yeah,
of them. I
yeah, yeah.
don't know.
Both
We
of them
wanted
were
to
linked
sign
to
Grealish for a
United.
long time, but
Yeah.
Everybody's linked to
I
United.
feel like at a point
Exactly.
everyone's linked to United. That's just what Ed Woodward does. He just puts everything in everyone's mind so that no one's surprised at the end.
even the Soyuncu and Ben Chilwell from Leicester.
Yeah,
Even they two are
Soyuncu is
very
good.
good.
that
like-
is, Soyuncu is the centre
Yeah.
back, right?
Chilwell
Yeah,
is
centre back, centre back.
Oh yeah, he's
He-
damn good.
He's very good.
Yeah.
Damn good.
I've seen him like I've not seen him many games,
Then,
but the games
Tielemans-
that I've seen him, he's been very good.
And
Yuri
Adama
Tielemans
Traore,
is
man.
another.
Can't forget
Oh, yeah,
that.
Oh yeah.
Adama
Traore.
Traore.
Damn.
But
Oh my God,
I
his
feel
face.
like they could be a system player. Like I don't think that outside of Wolves, there's a lot of teams he could actually fit in with.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
I
No,
agree.
actually,
See,
no, if
Wolves-
you think of it, he started off as a wing back, then went to
Yeah.
playing wing, and now he just runs around somewhere wherever the ball is.
Yeah, but
I-
that's what
then-
his true art lies in, running so fast that others can't keep up. And with Wolves, it works because all Wolves do is completely just counter attack.
yeah,
And
true,
I don't
agree.
think there's another team who relies on counter attacks as much as Wolves.
No, so in that case, if Pochettino goes to Newcastle and Newcastle have a lot of money, then he can just run around like the only guy who's high pressing, just keep running around, and that could work. But
Yeah.
I even heard I think Newcastle's deal is going off because the owner some mess up with the owner. I don't know what it
Yeah,
was,
I
but
always thought something like this because if it had to happen, it had to happen long ago. Like there are just rumors, and I'm not going to believe it till they actually sign. They actually have a new owner.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm not
Yeah.
getting into any dream team of the Newcastle and all. I've
I
not
think
seen any videos of
there's
that.
some
But
issues with the Premier League formalities about the takeover. So
yeah,
hopefully
yeah,
it happens soon and the league gets much more interesting.
Yeah, Arsenal drops another place.
Hey man, wherever we go, we're taking you with us.
No.
Coming down, bro.
That's not
that
happening.
time's up. That time's up now. We are still in the Europa.
The funniest thing is that the Leicester's title, which they won, that was supposed to be a single-handed Spurs victory. Like that year, Spurs had the best team in the Premier League and the best manager, like in the completely the best form, and they still came third.
Yeah.
Arsenal came second.
After
No,
them,
I
it's a
saw it.
shameful thing, man. We
I-
couldn't defeat Leicester.
I saw a
We
post
we
recently saying
defeated them both games, home and away, for
I mean,
our sake.
in the entire season, we could have been. That could have been the season we finally won it again
Yeah.
after the
Yeah.
after the entire
no.
Invincible era.
I remember there was a post saying we need another Arsenal Spurs title decider, and it read below
Yeah.
that
We had
the
one
end
and
Leicester
Leicester
won
won
it. And I forgot that Arsenal and Spurs were competing because United wasn't, so I was like, fuck, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, back in the day, we used to be made fun of for finishing fourth, like personal. And today, I would happily take it. I would be like fourth. Please give me fourth position, man.
And
we have
can't
been
live
through
And
with
that.
now
Yeah.
that we
That
that
is
we
very
see
true,
like
that's very
like literally Wenger was so underrated. Like now I feel he's underrated for finishing so many years in fourth place.
But
Because
you
like
can't blame that exactly because after Wenger left, Man City's rise started, Liverpool's rise started, Chelsea's rise started. Like
Yeah.
Chelsea was big back then too, but they were inconsistent, and now they're always better than us. Chelsea's better than us, Liverpool's better than us, Manchester City is
The
better than
team
us.
next year for
United is
Chelsea is going to be so interesting to watch.
it's
Even
gonna be
if
mad if they go through
if
with
they
more of
sign,
their
all the
signing.
Attacking.
rumors which
If they
they
get
have,
Warner, it's over.
I think
Got
they're definitely going to
Ziyech,
get
they got
Werner.
Werner.
They're definitely going to get Werner. They already have Ziyech, and they're also going for Havertz.
I don't think they would
The
definitely
attacking
get Werner.
trio they have.
I don't think they would definitely get Werner because Werner's deal was very close, like last week, and nothing has happened since then. I think there has been a fall apart in negotiations or something like that. Because
It's
But
when
there's a
true.
release
I-
clause. You just
yeah,
have
it's
to
possible.
pay it. There's no need for negotiation.
no, but there should still be an announcement of some kind if some sort of deal is going.
There
through.
might be a problem in Timo Werner's contract, right? I think he might not be happy with the terms which Chelsea is offering him. He might want more or something like
They're
that.
offering
So the
him
deal might
or
have fallen.
maybe
the
because of the pandemic, I think.
Yeah.
The
No,
medical and all.
No, but medicals won't happen now
No,
anyway. But the thing is,
no.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's a realistic thing because wasn't the deal for like 15 million?
55 something.
And
Around that.
Werner,
around that 54,
and Werner
55.
in
Yeah.
his current form is worth much more than 50.
He's at
But
least
they're-
an
Like, I
icon
can't
for
believe
sure.
when I
They're
can't
paying
believe
his release
Leipzig
clause,
would
right?
sell him for 50 million.
They don't have a choice. They have to sell him. Right? 54 is his release clause, I guess.
Then it's up to the player.
55,
Release
54 is his
clause,
release clause.
But did they pay for the release clause? Did they execute that?
That's
decision?
what
Because
the press
I heard
says.
that.
No, there was a
If they
deadline.
pay
I
the
think the
release
deadline
clause,
should have been finished. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know
the
what's going
deadline's
on.
done
And
yet.
the rumors suddenly just died off. There was so much hype. There were so many posts. There was so everything, and then
Yeah.
suddenly it just died off everything. So
I think it's just
No,
that
but-
some news houses tried to jump the gun too early on the deal, and like now it's died down.
No, but even playing so many attackers, it makes no sense. You got already.
Exactly.
You
I
got
mean, you've
Pulisic.
got
You got
Tammy, Mount,
Willian.
Pulisic, Ziyech.
Yeah, exactly.
Willian's
And
contract
They
is
will sell
ending,
Willian.
right?
According to me, they're going to sell Willian.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to renew his contract
Yeah.
as well. Willian will be a free agent by the end of the season, I guess.
Yeah.
Even Pedro is leaving.
That's true. That's
If
true.
the things go.
Yeah, Pedro will leave too. Pedro, I don't know why he's still there in the team anymore.
Know. Pedro.
Even
He, never,
I don't
he
know.
was
Like,
never a Chelsea player. He was
Yeah,
a Barca
exactly.
player,
I don't
then he
know why
left.
did he? Even after coming, like I'll give everything to go back to Barca. Like same goes with Neymar. Okay, if you didn't want to leave, why did you leave? That's a different topic. Let's not get into that.
Yeah, let's not get into Neymar now. That's a whole other.
That whole other story. You could have a podcast just on Neymar. Okay?
Yeah.
You could have one discussion just on Neymar about his life, about his decisions and all, about a player.
Dives.
Neymar is a different sort of player.
What's the next question?
He's a very good player, but Neymar is Neymar.
Go. So my next question for you guys is, which team, in your opinion, has been the most affected by the coronavirus, either negatively or positively? Like, is that helped them or like had a negative impact on them?
True. So
According to
I'll
me,
start.
actually,
I think
United will be. Okay, Atharva.
I was going to say Arsenal because obviously, like, firstly, it was negative because Arteta actually came in contact with the Olympiacos, someone from Olympiacos.
No,
who was
the boss,
actually
Olympiacos
tested.
boss
The boss
got the
himself,
thing first.
manager himself.
So, like the boss. Yeah. The manager, yeah. So, like the whole Arsenal squad had to be quarantined, and like the training ground had to be sanitized and stuff. So that was a negative impact looking at it. But now that we think about, like, everyone has been like the whole world has been so affected. Like now, the amount of time Arteta has got to reflect and look into the team. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Go on.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was saying, like, Arteta has had so much time to reflect on what the team actually is, and like to really look into the players he has, and to get to know the strengths, weaknesses, etc., and to like I heard in some of his interviews, he really had a lot of one-on-one sessions with a lot of his players. So like the bonding and chemistry has really up, like in this quarantine session. So it is a positive for me, and I hope.
Let's see how
like,
it goes against Man
they,
City.
like it, I hope, yeah.
Let them be happy for a few days at least.
No, but frankly, I think United, being a United fan,
No,
I'm very
I'm
happy. But no, I think United, because firstly, because Rashford was out and Pogba was out. So, to have both of them firing with Bruno and frankly everybody else, it just feels that, yeah, it could, be a good start again to the Prem. And yeah, I just have a feeling that it'll work out way better than what it was earlier. Because you got everyone fit and,
I hope so.
Yeah, so I feel like there is both positives and negatives. Like the positives, of course, the players which were injured for your club are back now, are fully fit, are ready to, fire, ready to put your club back up in higher points. But then there is also a point which will come to only once the Premier League starts. Okay, like you had a run of form going on, you had a good run of form going on, and then because of this break, you like the form, like the morale goes down, the form goes down. You lose one match, you lose two matches because of the players' fitness and all.
Or you become fat like Higuain.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, so that can be a negative as well, which we will only come to know once the PL starts, actually, like how the teams are performing. Like United is going on a very good run of form, very good winning streak, but it's possible like they lose to Spurs, okay, which should not happen because the Spurs are right now for me one of the weakest teams. So I don't feel like we should be losing it, and especially when there are no fans, so we don't have any away fan disadvantage or anything. So it should be an easy win. But if they lose, so it's like for me, it's like because of the epidemic, the pandemic, which happens. Like
it's more of you can say that it's the first Premier League game in itself. You don't know how.
Yeah. So that it is not the same mentality. Like you don't mean when you are continuing our form. Like we just won a match a few days ago. We are going to win it. We're going to win it. And no, they don't remember when they had last. Oh yeah, we had last won the match. We have to try doing it again. So there is a sort of difference in their mentality, psychological effect. There is some effect. So there can be both pros and cons.
That is true. But one thing I feel, it's not because of Corona, but after Corona is going to be the top 6, or basically the big teams are going to have a greater advantage because firstly, staggered matches and staggered matches. 5 substitutions, and if you don't have depth in your squad, it's going to be tough for you. Like
Agreed.
for a team like City, it'll be the easiest. For a team like Liverpool, it'll be better. For now, you can just it is going to be like that. And secondly, like I think it was one of the Wolves players, or I think it was Troy Deeney or one of the Watford players said that for a big club, you got 11 big players. For a small club, you got 3 big players, and if one of them is not there, it's a big difference.
Agreed.
In that way, it makes a difference for the smaller clubs a lot. Yes, again, obviously for the younger players, it's a very good opportunity, frankly speaking. To settle their place into the team, to have a better contract in hand and everything. So it's gonna be
right now in the PL, I don't think the managers would actually want to give them a chance, would actually want to experiment, because there are few clubs in the bottom. Okay, leave the top 5, leave the top 6. There are players who are actually the teams who are actually fighting off the relegation. And at that moment, when you're not a big club, you don't have that much squad depth. Trying out new players, experimenting, and then getting relegated. The managers can easily blame that if it was not for the epidemic or the endemic, that we would have not been relegated. For the big, as you said, for the big 6, it's like relatively easy.
It's
like
relatively
they have a squad. Yeah, like they have a squad, and Pep won't mind like to play to play Phil Foden or anyone else. Like for that matter, even Ole won't mind playing Igalo or Lingard or same. So same goes for the other clubs as well. But for the clubs who don't have enough depth, who don't have enough depth in the first team as well, like the subs are not good enough to come on, and then they have to go into the reserves, the youth academy. Man, if they click, if the player clicks, if the young player comes from the academy, if he clicks, he plays good, then well and good. If he doesn't, and if the plan fails, then it's going to be a big problem for them.
I think Tottenham would be another club that have been sort of helped by the pandemic because Harry Kane is back fit, Son is back from his military duty, and I think another one of their players was injured. So I think that really helps them.
Half of the team was. I mean, I don't. There is a long list of players which were injured for Spurs, and I mean the pandemic is a very good thing for which happened for Spurs. Like they have the players back. Now Mourinho doesn't have any excuses for losing. Let's see what does he give now.
No, he'll find something.
He will find something. Yeah, obviously. He's Mourinho.
It is Mourinho.
All right.
Exactly.
So we move on to our final round, which is the quick fire round. I'll ask you to choose between 2 or a maximum of 3 players, and you have to answer quickly and try not to justify it because it really extends the video too long. So
okay.
Let's go.
All right.
Let's go.
So let's start from Liverpool. Mane or Salah, if you had to pick one.
Mane.
Yash?
Salah.
Okay. Robertson or Trent?
Trent, I guess. Trent.
Everyone. I would personally pick Robertson because he can defend much better as well.
Even I agree, but Trent is too good, actually.
Okay. So there's no particular order, but I thought we'll start with Liverpool.
Yeah, no problem.
Sane or Sterling?
Sane or Sterling?
Sane.
Okay.
Sane.
Interesting. Atharva?
I think Arsenal fans don't know good players. It's difficult.
Sane. Oh, majority Sane. I thought someone would say Sterling.
I'm the only one who would pick Sterling. Okay, interesting.
Sane.
See, if you go on to the recent form, like Sane has not been playing, then you might pick up Sterling. But overall, I feel Sane,
he has that edge.
Even I feel Sane,
Right.
Sane gets injured a lot. That's the only problem.
But I think his technicality is much better than Sterling. Like he
he's running form especially. If you've seen Sterling run.
Oh. That's one thing we really need to see. If you haven't seen, okay. If any of the viewers haven't seen, let's go Google it or something.
like
So your
even
team
Kyle
is
Walker
lagging
had
at
to
the
make a
Strange, but
video
everyone
about
has
it.
their style.
Right.
Hazard has
Okay,
also mocked him, I think.
let's move to the next one. Yeah, Hazard did that.
Hazard was
Yes.
mocked as well. But
Uh,
he's too good. He was too good in Chelsea to be mocked so much.
I'll have to come up with one quickly. Okay. So Madison or Jack Grealish?
Oh,
Madison.
Madison.
Grealish.
Madison, I need it.
I'm going for Grealish. Firmino or Martial?
Even I.
Because this is a debate that's been
Firmino.
like
Oh, Firmino.
Martial, I need it.
Firmino. I'm saying it
Firmino
without
is
any question.
he's the
Firmino is
final piece of the puzzle.
Firmino is actually very, very underrated. Very underrated. Like,
I
he
think
doesn't
like
score a lot, but he's the one who connects the team. Okay.
Yeah.
Even
True.
Jurgen Klopp himself has said, Mane and Salah both Salah both must have bad days, but Firmino is always good. Okay, always on his top.
but
So,
then like he's
I
missed
think Firmino.
19 big chances in the Premier League.
Agreed.
I know he's not a
I mean, he's
conventional
not the
striker.
perfect finisher. Okay, he's not a perfect finisher. He might not be a conventional. He doesn't like. He's not a box-to-box player. He's not a poacher. Okay, like he drops down, he creates chances.
He's that kind of a guy.
He's like a false
Yeah,
nine. Okay, for Liverpool,
what's that called?
Yeah, first nine.
But then
he
again, you
goes down.
like I personally think even as a false nine, you have to be scoring goals. 19 big chances, like it's in my mind. It's like stuck to my mind
Yeah,
that
I mean,
But
there is
but like
always.
when there is Salah and Mane to score goals, like you just need the one final piece of a puzzle to like just connect everyone.
I don't know, man. It might be.
true. Yeah, agreed.
No.
See,
It's more of he plays like a striker who, I don't know the word, but he makes suicide runs. He makes runs which actually won't help the team. As in they help not with the ball, but without the ball, just to disrupt the opponent's defense.
Yeah.
True.
He breaks
And
up
he
the
does that
defenses so that
exactly.
the other players can score. True.
Exactly.
Moves
So now,
around the different.
like,
Okay.
I mean, his
So-
contributions are not visible in the pitch as like he's not scoring.
Numerically,
I
they're
mean, he's
not.
not scoring.
Yeah.
But
If you don't
actually, if you
understand
go in depth,
If
if you
you
don't
have-
understand football, if you don't understand the tactics, you might feel that Firmino is a waste of time. You should be replaced, vagera. But
like someone like Wade
he's
Moore,
actually a
for example.
very he's a very valuable player for Liverpool. Even even if Jurgen Klopp is saying he prefers Firmino better than Mane or Salah, it might be something, right?
Definitely.
So Firmino any day.
Pogba or Bruno?
Oh, it's an impossible choice.
None.
Okay.
None.
I mean, we are supposed to base it on a recent form or till now.
I mean, Pogba before he got injured and Bruno ever since he's come.
Bruno.
I'll choose Bruno.
I'll
No.
choose Pogba.
For only one reason, Bruno also acts like your captain.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Agree.
I'll choose Bruno
He's
because he
more responsible.
shouted at Pep Guardiola. That's why I choose him.
Oh, I watched that live. That was amazing. I mean, you need to have the guts, okay, to shout at Pep,
Yeah. So true.
to shush him in front of his own fans.
Okay, next.
Son or Lucas Moura?
Son any day.
Son. You should trust Son or Kane.
Okay, Son or Kane?
Son.
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 Yeah, even I would pick Son. Kane or Moura?
Kane.
Okay.
That's because he scores a lot of goals. Kane.
Okay.
Arsenal. Yeah, I'll say Mora.
Okay. I'll have to think of more ones like.
Oba or Aguero.
Aguero any day.
Aguero
man.
any day.
No, actually, Aguero is one of the
Yeah,
best
he's
strikers,
class.
okay?
Miles ahead of everyone.
He's miles ahead of anyone. I think the last one who actually could have challenged him was Luis Suarez when he was playing for Liverpool. Okay, like
Yeah.
in his prime time. But I think after that, right now, it might be Vardy. Even he's not in a good form right now. But I don't think anyone else can challenge Aguero.
See,
I
it isn't
agree,
even
but for the
about
culture, it's about.
Vardy. I think we should ignore this. No, but see, it was more of that because you see, Vardy has had the 15-16 season was very good, and then he's been playing, quite good amount of football. But you see, with Aguero, he's been there, I think, since I think 11, 12, or 10, 11, something like that. And
when
my
City
God,
was not City.
Since then, he has just cracked open every team. Like, it's.
Agreed.
I think 11-12 was the Aguero season.
That moment.
Sorry. How can I forget that?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it was so bad.
It's
yeah.
like, oops, I think Arsenal is gonna go out. Atharva's battery's down.
I mean,
Almost.
being an United fan, also I need to appreciate. I would have loved to have Aguero in my team, okay, because no matter how good Rashford is, Aguero is Aguero. I mean, you have heard it from Van Dijk. He's so difficult to mark. He's so unpredictable. You know what he's going to do in the next day, but you still can't stop him. And his shot power, his accuracy, his composure in the match is so amazing that it's very difficult. He's like a nightmare for the defenders, even right now when he's not in his actual prime. Okay, like he's already crossed his age. He stopped scoring how much he used to, but he's still one of the best strikers in the history of PL, I think.
He's mad. He's complete mad.
Too good. And I think he's one of the players who actually made a good decision coming into PL by leaving La Liga, because it actually made a positive for him. Because there are many players who, it's not always about the team you like or the team you love or the team you pays you a lot. Okay, they actually need to see where you fit in right. And Aguero did fit in right in City at the time where City was.
And City does pay him right.
City does pay him right, obviously. Like, it's like a proper deal for both of the team. Like the club, even for the club, even for the player. Like, he gets paid well, and he scores goals. Like, it's a win-win.
Yeah.
That is true.
All right, so I think we'll wrap it up here. Thank you for joining me for this episode. I think it was over 1.5 to 2 hours. I really enjoyed it. Hope you guys did as well.
Yeah, we too. Yeah,
it was a lot of
fun. The viewers do enjoy it.
It was fun bantering Arsenal.
That was the plan.
Let's end it. Let's end it before it gets.
It's 3-1 right now.
Yeah, that's what I wanted.
I think that's why his battery is 5%.
It doesn't need to be 3-1. You still have shit on Arsenal to stay.
Let's leave it. I'm excited for the PL matches to start. Let's see what it brings.
All the best to Arsenal.
All the best to Arsenal.
Okay. Hope everyone enjoyed.
Hopefully,
we did.
Premier League.
We hope that we don't lose.
Thank you for watching this video. If you have been watching till the end, it helps me. It supports me a lot with this video. If you did enjoy watching, as per usual, leave a like and comment down below all your opinions and thoughts. And let me know if you want to join in for a podcast as well. Let's see if we can make that happen. Stay home, stay safe. And if you are new, make sure you subscribe, because I'll be uploading 2 videos every single day. Thank you for watching. Stay home, stay safe.